Hello everybody, May here, and welcome to this new video. We're going to talk about the Deity VO-7U USB podcast mic. Now, of course, as you notice, things have changed a little bit. I have kind of a new setup in the back, and I have my new mic here. So I decided to change my Razer Seiren X, which most of you might know from my previous video that kind of blew up. That's my best performing video, and I thank everybody for loving it, because definitely there was not a lot of support for the Razer Seiren X and OBS stuff and voicemeeter. So now I'm going to tell you that we're going to do the same thing with the Deity VO-7U. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I'm also going to talk about the settings that I use on OBS, which is also very similar for Streamlabs. I don't know what they call it now, but it's probably Streamlabs. Anyway, I decided to upgrade this about a month and a half ago to 2 months ago, because I decided, because that I wanted to do more, video game videos, and I also just going to do streaming and also use it for just some other content stuff. Might as well upgrade it. And at the time, there was not really a lot of great ones, in my opinion, because it's I wanted to be a little bit more budget friendly and also not get a lot of the extra equipment needed. Like some of them used the XLR soundboard, that type of thing. So I wanted to get a kind of good quality mic, but at the same time, not break the bank. And this was not too expensive, but this will definitely last me at least a couple of years. So without further ado, we're going to talk about the VO-7U. Okay, so we're here on the website, and here Deity has a great close-up of the microphone. It is a nice hefty, not hefty, but it has a nice weight to the microphone, totally made of metal or an alloy. So that way you know that the quality is there. It has 2 different knobs, so one for headphone monitoring. So right here is the 35mm headphone jack, and you can, change the volume for when you're listening, monitoring of the audio. The other knob is for the audio that you have while putting through the mic. So basically, if I'm talking, you can make it quieter, you can make it louder. So you can hear that it's gotten a little bit louder. And then if I change the knob going down the opposite direction, you can hear it going down quieter and quieter and quieter. We're going back to pointing the mic back to my original setting, and we can go from there. So going down the website, this gives you all the information of the mic. It does not go over higher than 48k hertz for the quality, but I feel that it's definitely really good. So go down. It has its own limiter to prevent clipping. It's also super corduroy, and it's supposedly what it says here, that it's great for people who do not have treated bedrooms or treated rooms for soundproofing. Of course, most of us who are on a budget do not have fancy foam to make sure the sound is great, to catch the reverb and whatnot, and also noise, especially keyboards. So this mic advertised that it's great for that, and it cuts out echoes and basically just focuses on what you speak through the mic. So as close, it's going to be different like this, and of course distant is going to be like, this sound. There's also a nice RGB on here. You can't really see it, but when you go up close, it has a nice circle cycling option. They have different types of effects for it. Anyway, they also have a mute button here, which I really wish would have been tap to mute, like the HyperX Quadcast, but it's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. So here's the mounting option. So there are 2 different screw mounts for your boom arm or for your table mount if you wanted to have it as a standing desk mic. They also have the limiter again, which will prevent your audio from clipping if you're yelling, which is actually pretty good. And it works across different platforms. So it works for Apple, Raspberry Pi, as they show. You can do it on Xbox, apparently, which is really good. Actually, you can connect it to your consoles. Very impressive. And they also do include the wires for USB-C USB connection, and again USB-C to USB PC. So if you wanted to get the boom arm kit, it is currently sold out of stock due to interruptions of production, or supply. But supposedly the boom arm is really good, but if you can get, I think you can basically get your standard run-of-the-mill ones from like Amazon or any other place, and they're actually pretty good. I'm using my current boom arm that I used for the Razer Seiren X, and it's been perfect. So now, right here, you're going to see the mic. It is $169, and it's not a bad price, actually. For what it's worth, I really feel that it's definitely worth that price. Because you can see here, here's the mute button. Here is the volume for the headphones monitoring and for the mic itself. They gave you a little bit of a view for that. Now, this mic does not come with a foam filter cover. This is basically coming from my Razer Seiren X, and it fits perfectly. So this is what the kit you will get. It will come with the 2 wires, the mic itself, and the desk stand. Comes in a very clean packaging. And you can see these guys here. And then I actually did not go with the USB connector that they gave me. I went with a different one, and I will show you in later part of the video why. Now, with these guys, Harris Heller has done a review on it against one of the new Razer mics, the Beacon, and the Deity right here. And Harris Heller is a fantastic reviewer of a lot of streamer technology and microphones and more. So give him a look for that, which is really great. Tom Buck has a fantastic in-depth review of the Deity mic with thorough testing. Epos Vox also had a great test for the audio for the Deity mic, along with Tom Techni, which I actually only saw or recognized him for a keyboard video that I was watching, and then Live Streaming Pros. So you can basically find a lot of reviews or a lot of people doing testing against all the different mics, but really not a lot of people giving setting advice or help for OBS, which we're going to do soon. So Deity Mics also has a user guide, so you can definitely check that out. And then you can also look up their audio tips, OBS audio tips, which is actually really great. However, it is only for this mic, but definitely worth a look. Okay, so here is the Deity mic. As you can see, it has a foam cover on top, which is not included. It has a nice hefty weight because of the metal build. The arm is pretty flexible. As you can see, it has a good variety of range. You can tighten the knob or loosen the knob for ease of movement. So if you make it loose, you can move it quite easily. If you tighten it, it is going to be a little bit stiffer, but also prevents the mic from possibly slipping down. As you can see here, this is the microphone audio for when you record the audio, so you can adjust that from here. I usually put it on this section here for me because that's perfect for my audio needs. Here is the mute button, so when you push it, the LED line does change to red, so let you know that it's muted. This is also the monitoring volume knob, so for your headphones. Then in order to activate the RGB and cycling the modes, you have to push this button, and you can cycle through a whole bunch of different options for lighting. Now here, as you can see, I'm going to pull this off. This mic does not come with a pop filter cover, but this is what the microphone looks like underneath, standalone. And again, it is also made out of metal. Underneath this is the USB-C connector that you can use. And this is the 35mm monitoring port. This is also for the microphone boom arm or for your microphone stand. I have an adapter here because this is to fit my previous mic, which is great because all I needed to do was put that in, or take it out from my Razer Seiren X. So I didn't really need to buy any new hardware, which is fantastic. And it works very well with the boom mic. For me personally, any boom mic would be great from either Amazon, but the Deity supposedly has a really good one, but which is currently sold out. Here is a side-by-side comparison with the Razer Seiren X and the VO-7U. The VO-7U is definitely a lot taller than the Razer Seiren X. Of course, you know that the sizing here is definitely smaller, and also with the construction build, the Razer Seiren X itself is mostly plastic encased, and the mute button's right there, the knob only, and then you can see where the microphone sound pickup is, along with the USB-A connection and the 35mm audio monitoring. And then against that one, I really feel that it's great. So I wanted to show you that this is the USB-C connector I'm using, which is the L-shaped one. And the reason why I did it, because it looks nicer flushed against the microphone, because the regular USB-C connector just juts out too much. So I wanted something that looked a little bit cleaner on stream. And this one you can get from Amazon. Just type in angled USB-C connector or flat USB-C. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do an audio test of the Deity with the filters and without the filters, and the same with the Razer Seiren X. I am not going to be using voicemeeter because I realized that voicemeeter was actually causing me problems. Here's a test. This is a Deity VO-7U microphone, USB streamer microphone. This is the test. This is Little Dragon Mei Ling, and you're listening to the audio with the filters. You are currently listening to the Deity VO-7U audio without the filters. Again, this is the USB podcast streamer microphone. And this is Little Dragon Mei Ling doing this test with the microphone without filters. This is a test for the Razer Seiren X microphone with VST filters. This is for a test against the Deity VO-7U. Again, this is the Razer Seiren X with filters. This is a test with the Razer Seiren X without VST plugin filters against the Deity VO-7U audio without filters as well. This is Little Dragon Mei Ling testing the audio quality without filters. Okay, so we're going to show you the filters that I used, and I'm going to have screenshots of the audio settings in my description page down below. It'll be in a Google Drive folder. So here we go. So from what I discovered, please ignore the rest of this. I am using a noise gate, EQ, compressor, and limiter from VST Plugins. So I will also have the link down below on where you can download those plugins. So we're here at the noise gate section, and these are the numbers that I have here. Again, this was all pretty much copy and pasted from my previous setup with the Razer Seiren X, but I also just tweaked it a little bit so the numbers might be different. You can see here, I have changed the release a little bit. The decibel here is a little bit different, but then again, I still don't really know what I'm doing. Anyway, going to the EQ, and this is under standalone. And again, with the noise gate, it's under regate. We have here, we have a couple of different number tabs that we've used. So you can see here, this is what it looks like. This is for number 2, number 3, and number 4. For the compressor, these are my settings here, as you can see. And this is the limiter. So again, this also has more than one tab, so we're going to cycle through them. This is tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, tab 4. So which audio did you guys like better? Did you prefer the Razer Seiren X better, or did you guys like the Deity better? Of course, I think I've definitely noticed quite a difference with the Deity mic, it's a little bit crisper, it's clearer, and there's not so much background noise. And of course I have a pop filter here, and I think $169 is definitely well worth the value for it if you really just want a plug and play microphone. And again, without all the extra XLR audio, you know, machines and all other stuff like that. Because I'm not really too into that, in my opinion. And until you really feel like it's worth it to upgrade to a more professional audio setting, that would be something for you to look into. But for me, I'm perfectly happy with the mic like this. It's very easy to use, very flexible. You can move this anywhere direction you want, especially with the mounting hardware. And yeah, I'm perfectly happy with this. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I apologize if I was waffling again, which somebody complained the last time. But anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave some comments down below. Tell me what you think. And also, if you haven't checked out my other socials already, please check out my Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to follow them. If you want to see more videos like this and other gaming videos, hit that subscribe button down below. And I shall see you in the next video.